Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Venom 2 million is live. Can you hear me? Can I be heard? Probably not. You probably can't hear what I'm saying. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Venom 2 million. Before we begin, I just want to know if I can be heard. Venom 2 million has not made a video in a minute. Venom 2 million has been doing his thing. Doing a lot, y'all. What's going on, people? Venom 2 million here talking about the Venom movie, y'all. That Venom movie, saw it. Guess what? Got something to say. Got a whole lot to say. Got a whole lot to say today about Venom May. Oh my gosh. Not talking about Aunt May, talking about Venom. Yo, people was dog. I'm talking about critics was like, the Venom movie, hell no, I ain't that. What? The Venom movie, bro. Let me tell y'all my thoughts, what I was thinking before I saw this movie. I saw the movie last night. I was like, wait a minute, they're making a movie about Venom, about me. Y'all, I was stoked. The fact that they were actually making a movie, I was like, yo, wait a minute. They actually like made the movie. I'm in the theater with my friends the whole time going, I can't believe they actually made this. Like, I'm in shock at the fact that they actually made this film. This film actually came out this week. Oh my God. IGN, what did IGN give it home? Let me look this up. IGN, they said people kept saying, oh, the movie's like a turd in the wind. I'm like, dang, they just this movie is just bad, huh? It's just awful. It's just awful. And like, I kept seeing so many reviews talking about, yo, this movie sucked. Yo, this movie butt. Yo, this movie not good. I'm like, oh no. And then I started thinking, they legit have ruined this character again. Like, this character is a huge villain. This is Spider-Man's villain. And you're going to ruin him again? I'm trying to get this light good. You're going to ruin him again? You already did it on Spider-Man 3. So you're going to do it with his own movie? Like, how you going to do that? How? Why? Why would you do that, right? So that's my thought process. Then, I'm staying a little bit away from reviews. Like, I'm seeing some reviews that's coming up, and I'm staying away from them because I'm not necessarily trying to, be swayed or one way or the other. I just want to see this movie because I'm a huge Venom fan. My name is Venom 2 million. I'm like, yo, I want to see this movie. Last night, before I see the movie, friends telling me, y'all, this Venom movie, oh, it's fire. I'm like, it's fire? What you mean? Like fire, like Venom's weakness? Like I'm gonna go in there and start dying because it's gonna piss me off? It's gonna be so bad I'm gonna just start screaming, freaking out? Like, nah, bro, it's fire. I'm like, you serious? Okay. See the movie, y'all. Venom. First of all, that song was kind of lame. Then I kept listening to it, and because it's Venom, I started going, oh shoot, yeah, Venom, knock, let that. Dog, that movie was good. Yo, that movie was good, and I was freaking out. I'm like, yo, this movie's actually good. I liked it a lot. Like maybe that's the Venom fan in me. I don't know, but I was sitting there like, yo, this movie is like good. Like I'm feeling this right now. I'm feeling it. And I was in shock, at the fact that they actually made the movie. And there were the little things, the things where they moved away from the comics. We'll talk about that later. But like, I go into the movie with the thought process of, bad writing. It's going to have bad writing. It's going to have all this. The writing was not, to me, some of the writing was, a little shaky, but none of it was like trash. Like this movie, the entire time I was getting the vibe of a Marvel movie. Now, y'all know, if y'all watch my channel, you know how I feel about these Marvel movies. Like the Marvel movies, they tell their jokes, and it's always the character arc of the guy who's either a jackass or something, and they tell jokes, and like I was getting that Marvel vibe from them the entire time, and it didn't annoy me because of the fact that I think I went in with the expectation of it being so bad. You know, it was like, this movie gonna be bad. Like, so when I'm go watching and it's like, yo, this is like a Marvel movie. Like, this is like a Marvel movie, and it's just about my favorite supervillain, my first or second favorite supervillain. Like, I'm liking this a lot. Like, I'm having a ball with it. I'm gonna be spoiling some stuff, and then we're gonna talk about like the corporate side of things. We'll talk about the future of it, but right now I just want to talk about the story. So I like the film. I like Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy did his thing in this movie. Tom Hardy was funny. It was dope. I really appreciated that. There was earlier. There's been a lot of people talking about like the relationship between. Oh, what's up, Lucas? Lucas up in here. What up, though, Lucas? What's up? There's been a lot of talk about the chemistry between Michelle Williams and Tom Hardy. For me, the chemistry wasn't a problem. Like I sure I could yes, they were married or they were engaged. That wasn't an issue for me. What went wrong for me, what made me go, what the hell, was how she, and spoiling the movie, spoiling it. So I like the movie. If you don't want any, that's it. Goodbye. You know, spoilers. What got me was they in lovey-dovey land, and then she just break up with him. Like, she packed her stuff up out of her office and like broke up with him walking away. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, flag on the play. That's not how that works. That's not real. Nah, there should be a conversation. There should be an argument. There should be some kind of back and forth. There was just like oh, I loved you, Eddie. Loved. Yeah, I'm moving. Like, what? I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Whoa, baby. Bring it back now. That's not that writing was rushed. For me, the chemistry wasn't the issue. It was just at that moment, their relationship became fake. It wasn't real because she left like that with the swiftness. I'm like, that don't make sense. She must have already been cheating on him or something, which makes her an awful character if she was cheating on him to begin with. It just didn't make sense to me how she broke up with him without a conversation. Because that would have been interesting, and it would have really emphasized how down on his luck, down in the dumps, how down in the dumps Eddie was, because it was just like a goodbye, like, but they're in love. There should be that full conversation where like we see Eddie has fully affected her career. Like, yeah, Lucas said, bro, he ruined her whole career. She's done as a lawyer. Yeah, but there should have been like I should have been at least been a scene, because I think that would have really tightened their relationship, at least in my opinion. When we see that back and forth, that, yo, you really hurt me. Like, yo, you hurt like my career. You hurt everything that I've been working for. And you did that for your selfish reasons. Like, sure, in your mind, you think you're doing the right thing, but you're not taking into account that you're affecting other people with this, you know? So like, there was, for me, if that conversation had happened, it would have solidified or strengthened their relationship. And also it could have shown like Eddie was just down on his luck. Like, one thing after another, Eddie loses his job, then his girlfriend loses her job, and then he loses his relationship. And like, I think it would have really made that a lot stronger, because Eddie, you know, he had a shitty day, but it was like Eddie bounced back. You know, Eddie, there was at no point, like, he was sure he was down on his luck, but I never felt like Eddie was like on the cusp of done, like just losing it. Just like, woe is, like, not even woe is me. There was just, Eddie was just going through bad stuff, but I never thought he couldn't overcome it. And I think it would have been stronger if we showed like he's going through this, he's going through that, he's trying to do the right thing, blah, 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 and it's just not working. The Carlton Drake character was very rushed. But I mean, I guess they didn't really, Carlton Drake, to me, he could have been replaced with any other villain, you know. Like, I get it, like he's strong, or he's not even strong. He's just he's the rich billionaire evil man. And I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, why Carlton Drake? Why did they choose this character? Why didn't they just go with Carnage to begin with? And then Carlton Drake, he's like doing human trials and stuff. I'm trying to figure out, like, what was it about Carlton Drake that made him the antagonist, worthy to be the antagonist in the film? Like, there was nothing peculiar about him. There was no reason. He wasn't an interesting villain. He wasn't an interesting villain at all. And I'm just like, why did they do Carlton Drake? Like, I don't understand. I didn't get that. I guess you got to have a reason for the aliens that didn't make sense to me. And, you know, he's like trying to find human trials and all that, and he just bonds with Riot like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Carlton Drake is okay, whatever. Lucas says, true, but she was garbage from the get-go. Nobody believed they were a couple from the beginning scene. To me, I didn't have a problem with that beginning scene. I didn't have a problem. I think the beginning scene, I didn't have a problem with it. But I think that how they broke up, I was like, they weren't together. Because, like, that's not how relations. No. No. And he was living with her too. Oh no, that's what happened. They should have had that dialogue. Carlton Drake was pretty generic, cookie cutter. The character Venom, I love the fact that they had his personality like that. I was sitting in the seat, literally with my mouth open, like they have the character Venom. They have that personality of the character Venom. Like, yo, this is so cool. Like, I'm just like, yo, look at this. They actually are doing this. Like, this is actually Venom, you know. I want to talk a little bit about Eddie Brock. I have this huge. I'm split. All right, I'm split because on one point I'm like, oh, they made a movie about Venom and Eddie Brock. Like, this is so dope. But on the other point, I'm like, dog, but that's not like the right story from the comics, you know. Like, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later when I get into the corporate side of things. But I'm just like, yo, they got Eddie Brock. Like, Eddie, he has his own TV show or news show, and he's a hard-hitting journalist and all that. But it's also like, okay, perhaps the stakes were there, but they weren't played on or emphasized. So, like, we knew he had a TV show. We knew that he was a hard-hitting journalist. We knew that, but there wasn't when he lost all that, it didn't really affect him. And that's how I felt about a lot. Like, he was down on his luck, but I never felt like he couldn't overcome anything. Back to Venom. Venom was dope. Like, the character Venom was dope. I really appreciated the banter between the two and how the character just acted. I was so appreciative of it. His wife, though, like Michelle Williams, I didn't understand why they gave her a wig. Because when you look in the comics, like Anne Wang, she has short hair. Michelle Williams has short hair. Why would you give this woman a wig? The wig was not. No, I didn't like the wig at all. I didn't like it. I didn't get that. Something else that was interesting to me was somebody said, "Now let's bite all their heads off and pile them up in the corner." I loved the dialogue. I loved Venom. I loved Venom as a character. I loved it. It was so odd and just great. And oh my gosh, the whole time, it was never really an issue for me with it being rated PG-13. I never had that issue. Some people think that it's very much apparent, like, oh, it's PG-13, it's not rated R. For me, it wasn't really apparent. It wasn't really a factor at all. I was just really appreciative of the film and appreciative of the quality of the film. The movie felt like a Marvel movie to me, y'all. It felt like a Marvel movie. It didn't feel like somebody earlier said, it felt like they made Spider-Man. It didn't. It felt like a Marvel. It had the same beats of a normal Marvel movie, like a Marvel movie, early Marvel movie, like back within the phase 1 and 2. It felt like a phase 1 or 2 Marvel movie. It didn't feel odd. It felt familiar and good. Like the story, I'm watching intently. I was watching intently, trying to see, okay, what makes sense, what won't make sense. And guys, like, things pretty much made sense. I loved the one thing I didn't like. I did not like his wife, man. The character of his wife was just so weird. She or his girlfriend, she was just a not nice individual. I did not like her. I did not like, and then like when the symbiote got on her for her to become Venom, which was a nice nod to the future and to comics. But I'm like, why would they do that? Like, why would her character, from everything that we've seen and heard, everything that we know about her within the film, why would her character then allow the symbiote to go on her? Like, she's been freaking out and everything. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just the characterization of her, how she was written, just did not work for me. That was the one character where, if I would go back and change, Carlton Drake, yeah, I would, but Carlton, he's a Marvel. Like, that's, again, it goes back to the Marvel. That was this a normal Marvel movie. He was a normal Marvel villain. And I don't mean that with like Sony Marvel or Fox Marvel. I mean like Disney, like Marvel Studios. He was like a phase 1, phase 2 Marvel villain. Like generic. And I don't think that's the actor's fault. I don't think that my feelings toward Michelle Williams' character is because of Michelle Williams. I think that was just the writing. So if we want to talk negatively about writing, I think that those aspects really surfaced when it came to the characterization of Michelle Williams' character, Anne Wang, and Carlton Drake. Maybe that is a little bit of the actors as well, but I think that the way that the characters were written was just, it didn't really push anything. And one moment was, you need to get that thing off of you. Like, no, stop. What is that? Oh my gosh, Eddie, you need to blah, 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 blah. And then she allows it to just get on her. Like, what? Why? And then you kiss Eddie. Why'd you kiss him? Why? That didn't make sense to me. That didn't make sense to me. I the whole time was thinking, no, actually, that's not true. That the whole time, I actually wasn't. A lot of the time in the movie, I was not thinking about Spider-Man, which was very weird. Because I was expecting to fully be like, okay, where's Spider-Man now? Okay, but I want Spider-Man. Okay, where's Spider-Man now? But I want Spider-Man. I was not like that at all. I literally bought into Eddie Brock and his story. Now, I'm going to segue to corporate. No, before we get to corporate, I'll talk about this, and then I'll segue it to corporate. Within the movie, when Eddie Brock is talking to the doctor, when she takes him into the lab, which, by the way, didn't have any cameras. How you got this scientific science lab and they got no cameras? How you trying to figure out who it is? Look at the cameras. That's how you see who came with her. Look at the cameras. Duh. Come on now, you put your hand on the touch screen and you can read my handprint, but you ain't got no cameras. That don't even make sense. This is like amazing. That's amazing Spider-Man right there. Even though Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was set up to go into that room, they did that on purpose. But yeah, you look at the cameras, Carlton Drake. Duh, you got security everywhere, but you ain't got no cameras. But when she was talking to they were doing some effed up stuff. That's why they didn't have cameras. Okay, maybe, but yeah, all right, maybe that's Lucas. Okay, maybe, but still, I don't know, but I mean, like even outside of the area when they were walking before they got into the area with the people, the prisoners, or the test subjects, there weren't no cameras. Like there's no reason why Carlton Drake did not know that Eddie Brock was with her. There's no reason why. Like he should have known. He should have known. They should. Let's look at the cameras. Because even before they got to that room, like uh, the one thing when she was talking to Eddie, she mentioned that they were aliens, right? And Eddie went aliens, and did like the ET reference. And this is what made me go, dang. Because if they want to connect it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'm going to talk about in a moment when it comes to the corporate side of things, if they want to connect it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where will it line up if when he mentions alien, or when she mentions aliens to him, his thought is to go to ET? Because the Avengers incident, what happened in 2012, that was when the world first became into contact with aliens. And when I say the world, I mean when it was everybody knew, like, oh, aliens exist. That was when that happened. So I was thinking about that. And then I began thinking about this. So I've been talking a lot on my channel about why this movie may connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And other people are like, no, it won't, blah, blah, blah. So there's a few things that I want to bring up. So Sony did the deal with Disney, right? Sony had been planning the Venom movies and all these other films way before this deal even came into place. Way before that. So like this was already something that they had on their radar. So when they went into the deal with Marvel, it's not like they didn't think about the fact that they were going to be doing a Venom movie and a Sinister Six movie and a Silver Sable movie and all of these other things. So that had to have come up within the discussion. And Sony, they're quite frankly the ones that are in control of the Spider-Man character. They own the character and can do what they want with the character. What I'm thinking and what I've been thinking is whether or not this film's success will have an effect on whether Spider-Man will be in a... Is that Bree? Oh, wow. Bree. I was going to text you another conversation. Whether or not this film was going to connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe dependent on its success. Now, if they already had in their minds within the company, they knew what they were going to do. The company knew what their plan was from the get-go. And because they own the character Spider-Man, they are in full control. Meaning, when they came to Disney about this, they were the ones that decided what happens. Like Disney, it was a deal that they came to, like back and forth. But Sony, at the end of the day, they own the character. They pay for the Marvel movie. They pay for the Spider-Man Homecoming, the Spider-Man Far From Home film. They pay for that. They own that. They knew they were doing Venom, but way before they did this deal. They knew they were doing Venom when they did the deal. Amy Pascal last year said there's a chance it could connect, and everybody, lost their minds. It's because she's with Sony. Sony owns the character. Sony, they at the end of the day have the final say with what happens to their character. Meaning Marvel does what says, this is what we want to do. Sony says that's fine. Marvel has creative control because Sony has allowed them to have it. Sony, at the end of the day, makes the final decision. If Marvel wants to do something and Sony doesn't want them to do it, they're not going to do it. And I think Sony also can say, hey, can you do this? And Marvel goes, yeah. There isn't an accident that the Spider-Man films are setting up the Sinister Six when Sony said previously they wanted to do a Sinister Six movie. That's not an accident. So this is what I'm thinking. because the Venom movie was so successful, and because Sony likes money and Disney likes money, one of two things may happen. The first thing, well, no, regardless of whatever, Spider-Man's going to appear within this universe. But I'm not sure if Spider-Man will appear within this universe within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, meaning that Sony redo the deal, or if they go, we're just gonna pull Tom back over here. But I do know that Spider-Man is going to be a part of this Venom verse, this Sony Spider-Man verse. And if we want to believe what they said about the reason why this movie is PG-13 is because it has to be PG-13 for it to fit within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then that would really give us the reason why they cut 30 plus minutes of the film, and why, you know, those specific scenes were cut, because they probably had to do with the rating of the film. But if it's PG-13, if we know that this movie is PG-13, the idea, because I don't think anything has been confirmed yet, and as it relates to this, if there is an idea, you guys can tell me in the comment section. But the idea that every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie needs to be PG-13, which would then go into why Deadpool is supposedly being re-released this December in PG-13. And with Venom being PG-13 and Sony doing this deal with Marvel, with the foresight of them already doing the Venom movie, it really makes me think about, when will this movie take place within the universe? Will it take place before Spider-Man became Spider-Man? Will it take place before the Avengers Initiative, if it does take place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Or will it just be that adjunct that connected to Spider-Man Homecoming, but not connected to the other things? So that's what I'm thinking about right now. That's where I'm at. I think though that the Venom movie, it's definitely spawning its own universe, and it's definitely going to have a sequel, and have Spider-Man within it at some point. That's just so weird. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Somebody said something that I want to talk about. I won't watch your live. Okay, thank you. There's no point for him and Venom to fight anymore because their personal connection from the comics is gone. Wrong. That's what I want to talk about now. How do you bring Spider-Man into this now? So at first I had this idea about Carlton Drake, the reason why he wanted to get symbiotes, the reason why he wanted to pull forth or connect symbiotes with humans. And my initial thought was that because if we look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have these aliens coming, you have these supervillains, you have all these things happening, and mankind is weak. You know, we don't stand a chance to aliens coming down and doing this and vulture people, and you know, all, like, we don't stand a chance to electric. I mean, we don't have an Electro yet within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So my initial thought process was Carlton Drake was like, if we can bond with symbiotes, then we have a fighting chance. Then we can, you know, yeah. But within this film, this is the first time aliens have made contact with humans, even though and I only get that idea because of Eddie Brock's reaction when he's told that they have aliens. So it's stated within the movie that the symbiotes need to have the perfect host. They have to have the perfect host. Imagine this. Venom has now helped Eddie. Eddie is now a better person. Eddie is now not back on top, but you know, he's doing a lot better, right? The symbiote somehow comes into contact with a superhuman being, Peter Parker. Venom, Eddie, has this relationship with Venom. When the symbiote leaves Eddie for Peter, Eddie, Eddie now is messed up and has a psychological, because it's like he's jealous. He has this psychological, he's missing his friend, his best friend, his buddy that's been with him forever, or not forever, but been with him every day, constantly. Now that buddy is gone, and it's with this other being, and that other being prefers Spider-Man, Peter Parker. But it begins to manipulate Peter. It begins to make Peter feel very not good, and Peter gets rid of it. Now breaking up with that thing. Now that thing that loved Peter even more than it loved Eddie, is rejected. It's like, yo, wait a minute, hold on. Eddie already has this hate toward Peter because of the fact that the symbiote went on to him. The symbiote has this hate toward Peter because of the fact that he was rejected. There it is. I think it would even create more of a hate. It could create more of a hate for, not more of a hate, but it could create a hate for the character Spider-Man, for the character Peter Parker, from Eddie Brock and from Venom. So that's not that difficult. That's not a difficult way to go about it at all. With them introducing Cletus Cassidy at the end of the movie, in the comics, Spider-Man and Venom team up to take down Carnage, which really makes me think that in the next movie, there's definitely going to be that introduction of Spider-Man. But I've been thinking about, how could you introduce Spider-Man if there are no aliens within this universe, and this is the first time aliens have come to be? Then how do you go about that? Like, if there's this huge expose on Carlton Drake, meaning the world now knows about aliens, they now know about symbiotes. Like, when does it take place? And I was thinking perhaps it's another universe, it's another reality. And at the end of Avengers 4, it's going to bridge the gap because of the snapping or whatever they're doing to bring back people. It's going to bridge realities, bridge worlds, bridge things like that. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking they could do. That's a route I would take it. Yeah. So, somebody, that young production said, my theory is in Avengers 4, it's going to have Infinity Stones, may have time travel, multiverse, quantum realm. They can bend reality and atom. Yep. I'm thinking along that lines as well. So the long story short version, even though I've already done this, the Venom movie, I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. Looking forward to other things. It really got me thinking about the future Sony Marvel movies. Like, what are they going to do with that? Like, how are they going to do, like, like the Michael Morbius movie? Like, it's a chance it won't be bad. Like, what? There's a chance it won't be bad. And I think they're only going to get better. They're probably going to get rid of AV or Rad too. With this movie being a financial success, AV is probably going to be around, but they're probably going to change some things up, shake some things up. Michael Morbius, I'm really thinking about that movie. Like, what are they going to do? Like, what are they going to do? And then perhaps they're not going to make a Norman Osborn movie because Norman Osborn is going to be in the MCU. But I really think the bridging of the characters is going to happen, which is really interesting to me. And I want that. I want it. I was thinking about also Eddie Brock's sickness. Like, if he's sick, will he get cancer? Things like that. And I've just been thinking, like, I really enjoyed that movie, y'all. I really enjoyed that movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Oh, Venom. How do you feel about Mysterio? How Mysterio looks in Spider-Man Far From Home? You never made a video about the setbacks. I haven't made videos about anything. I've been gone, y'all. I've been very busy. Let me get my drink. Hold on, my Diet Dr. Kelp. Wait a minute. I've been very busy. Not here. I've been doing 1,001 things outside of YouTube, of course. I did beat Spider-Man. I beat Spider-Man a little bit. No Venom Brisk. No, I did not get a Venom Brisk. I'm trying to drink healthy. But I've been all over the map. If you follow me on Instagram, you may see I'm doing a show. So yeah, but I've made a video about it. Mysterio, I don't really have an opinion on it because it's a picture of it's like a behind the scenes set image. So I don't really have an opinion about it. I'm more so surprised that they haven't showed a professional image of the Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, because for Spider-Man Homecoming, we saw what the Vulture looked like. And I'm like, why haven't they shown, why? And we're getting a lot of behind the scenes set images from this movie. Why are we getting so many? What's going on with that? So maybe there's more to it than we think. Maybe it's a far from, I don't know, like Far From Home, not only meaning the location, but also like this is entirely different. This is a movie with, I think there's Hydro Man is reportedly in the movie. Michael Keaton's Vulture is reportedly in the movie. Like maybe the idea is that this is far from conventional. This is going to be different. It's not a main villain. It's like, maybe that's where they're going. I don't know. I have no idea, but I don't have an opinion about it. I want to see what he looks like what he actually looks like. And then I'll make an opinion. Like I know we got images of the stealth suit, or the stealth suit, the suit that Spider-Man has, and it's all dark. So I don't really have an opinion because there's not much that we know. And set pics of Spider-Man hanging out with Nick Fury. Yeah. The fishbowl will be done in post, right? Probably not. I don't think he's going to have a fishbowl the entirety of the movie. I think the fishbowl is going to be there, but he's probably going to have like the ultimate as well. He said, what? Don't forget they already confirmed the existence of the multiverse within the intro, the Spider-Verse post-credit scene. What are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about the end of Venom? I didn't stay for all that. So yeah. I think Morbius is going to be a standalone horror movie. Okay. I wonder if it's rated R. I don't know. People keep saying that's noir suit and that it might be like the Shattered Dimensions games. I don't think it's the noir suit. I think it looks like that, but I think it's a stealth suit given to him by Nick Fury. That was good. Wow. Mighty Mango. Naked. Mighty Mango. Ain't give me no money. Let's see. If your theory about the Venom movies connected to the MCU is true, why would the symbiote leave Eddie, especially when it and Eddie formed a bond in the film? I mean, that could be within the story. It could be a reason for that. It could be they are separated. It could be, whatever reason. I don't know. You make up a reason. Make up a reason. I don't know. Let me make up one right now. What if I don't know. Shoot. I don't know. I can't think. I would have to think about it for it to be solid. But you make up a reason for them to become disconnected, or just encountering Spider-Man, perhaps. The symbiote feels that Peter Parker is a superhuman. It feels that he's stronger, he's different, and is attracted to that. It could be as simple as that. He's attracted to that, and leaves that. It could be like that. It could be. So I don't know. Yeah, Lucas and I on the same page. That's right. Simply because Peter's a strong host. Yeah. Captain Marvel villain the Skrulls. So how you think they're gonna handle the Skrulls for the whole next phase? I don't know. I haven't been thinking about that really. I don't I'm not really too concerned about the scrolls or anything like that. Captain Marvel, when it comes out, I'll see it, but I haven't been really focused on it. Yeah. It's not a reason why. It's just I haven't thought about it really. When are you gonna give your full review of Spider-Man PS4? I know you did your first impressions video, but I'm curious, what's your final thoughts about the game? Where would you rank it? Whoa, that was a belch. I wanted to do the Venom video first and then make the video about Spider-Man PS4 because I kind of am gonna connect them a little bit. I didn't really want to just have a video of me talking about Spider-Man PS4. Like I beat it about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been really in my thoughts about it, and playing it, and yeah. So I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is when Venom comes out, I'm gonna do the review for Venom because I have something to say as it relates to storytelling with Spider-Man in media. And the Venom movie, after me seeing it, I can articulate that point. I can further articulate the point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that video today, and I'm going to put it up tomorrow. And it's not going to be edited. It's going to be me talking in front of the camera about it. And it's probably going to be a little lengthy. But it's not going to, I'm not going to edit it because I want to just talk about it. I mean, I've been talking about that game for so long. People's opinion, I've shat all over the game. I've hated all over the game. I've hated on the game. So I want to have an at-length, full dialogue with the camera talking about it. And then afterward, I may do a live stream because people may have things to say to me about it. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. It says, what if Eddie gets cancer and the symbiote leaves him because he thinks he's weak? That could be it too. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. captures Eddie, separates them, and Spider-Man finds the suit. Okay. Did you hear they are casting people in Far From Home to play Ned Leeds' family? I think Ned dies at the carnival scene. Oh, Lord. I haven't heard that. And whoa. And I hope not. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't kill Ned. But people hate Ned. And it's a funeral scene. What's your Avengers 4 theory? And do you think they're setting up original secret invasion for the next phase? I don't know. I haven't really been thinking too much about Avengers 4, if I'm being honest. I haven't. Venom, I don't think Vulture's going to be in Far From Home long. I think he's just going to be in a post or mid-credit scene at Sinister Six. Yeah, maybe. I think there's a number of different things. I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into that either. Are you going to do Miles Morales or Into the Spider-Verse related verse videos? No. I mean, I'll talk about the movie, but I'm not going to be like, here's news. Like, oh, trailer came out. Like, oh, if you guys have been around, like, I don't really do that anymore. Unless it's like something that I really want to talk about, but no, I don't really do that. This is something interesting. You did, Raymond. You missed the Venom talk. You can go back. I like the movie though. I liked it a lot. This is something interesting. I'm looking at right now a article on comicbookmovie.com. Can I show my screen? Can't I show my screen? I'm not using OBS. I'm currently using, what's this? Oh, that's sharing it. I'm currently using the YouTube live thing. Shoot, how do I do this? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I thought I could show my screen. Well, anyway, there's an article. It says Venom producers reveal whether or not the sequel will be an R-rated adventure. There's been a lot of backlash surrounding Sony's decision to make Venom PG-13, and now producer Avi Arad shares his thoughts on whether or not the sequel will take things in an R-rated direction. Leading up to the release of Venom, many of the people involved with the movie indicated that it would end up being rated R. And when the PG-13 Marvel Comics adaptation hit theaters, they all pretended that they never said that would be the case. So with Carnage confirmed as the villain for the sequel, an R rating seems inevitable, right? Unfortunately not, according to producer A.V. Arad. Despite Cletus Cassidy being well suited to an R-rated setting, Arad actually believes that the character can still be done justice without one, something many comic book fans are bound to take issue with. When you hear, this is what he said now, quote, "When you hear Carnage, the only thing you can think of is R. But if you know his history, if you really know the comic, there's no R here. He's a tortured soul. It's not about what he does because we never have to show the knife going from here to there and the blood is pouring. What you have to show is what is the motivation? Was he born like that? Or is he someone we should feel for? Because if you succeeding in making a villain someone you can feel for, jackpot. Because if you're succeeding in making a villain someone you can feel for, jackpot. They didn't write that correctly. But okay. So the next movie will not be rated R. I mean, I don't have an opinion about that. Like I said beforehand, my video that I uploaded 2 years ago said that the Venom movie does not have to be rated R. And people were like, yes, it does. It doesn't. Carnage does not have to be rated R. Do y'all remember when they first announced the Venom movie? It was called Venom versus Carnage. Y'all remember that? And everybody was like, Venom versus Carnage? What? Yeah. Venom versus Carnage. Woody Harrelson is very odd. I mean, he has the accent. But I think that's why he was cast. He has that accent and he's Woody Harrelson. But I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's really all I have to say all about the Venom movie and everything. 46-minute live stream. He said, when are they going to reveal the title for Avengers 4? I don't know, man. That's weird. Maybe they have to do it soon. They should bring back and finish the Spectacular Spider-Man. They should. James Gunn directing Suicide Squad too. Really? What's the future plans for this channel? Well, my channel hasn't really well, I guess I can't I can't talk about that right now. But I was originally, I had thoughts about my channel, but I've since changed those thoughts. And my channel is going to stay around. But I can't talk about that right now. I can talk about it later on, only because of what I'm currently doing. I can't really talk about it. And it's not like a bad thing, or it's not like a secretive thing. It's more so just for a myself thing. I can't really talk about it right now, but I will talk about it. I mean, but my channel, I'm still making videos, still Spider-Man stuff, but I'm very busy. If you follow me on Instagram, you can sometimes see I post like things I'm doing. I'm doing a show right now. Yeah, so there's a lot in motion. He says that I doubt the sequel will be rated R. They made too much money to make it R. That's true. Remember the 90s show used Carnage, and that show was heavily censored. That is true. I think Woody was cast because he was the same director. It is the same director from Zombieland, maybe. I want Mysterio on Far From Home to be a really scary, intimidating villain to torn Spidey. And he not only has no connection to Peter personally, but he isn't sympathetic. Sure. I'm telling, when I do tomorrow, I'm going to upload that video and you guys are going to see my full thoughts on Spider-Man PS4. I'm going to talk about everything within it. It's going to be probably like about maybe this long of a video. And then I maybe do a live stream later in the week to go more over some things. But what you just said is interesting. Would you ever replay the pain and suffering of the Ultimate Spider-Man game, or just bring Venom Time back? I would bring Venom Time. I would. What was that? I would bring Venom Time back. I just have to get a capturing device, a capture card, and I could live stream games, but yeah. I mean, I guess it is easier to. I want to like have the Venom Time intro and stuff. I gotta get a capture card. Then I would live stream Venom Time if I could do like the Venom Time intro and everything. I'll do it. I am gonna bring Venom Time back though eventually. Would you like to guest appear on the Superhero World podcast? Sure. I don't know what that is, but yes. What's your theory on how Cletus gets the symbiote? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. That'll be another video. That'll be a video. So what do you think about Spider-Man PS4? I think that I'm gonna talk about it in a video. You might have already talked about this. Did you like the Into the Spider-Verse teaser? I didn't see the Into the Spider-Verse teaser like after the movie. I didn't see that, but the one before, yeah. The Carnage scene was so shit. The writing was so basic. It was something. The writing was weird. You have a Patreon. Will that give you more incentive to make videos? No, I'm really busy. Like. I don't think y'all understand. Like I do a lot. I'm currently in a show. I'm the main character in a professional production here, and I'm doing a lot. So it's not insane. It's more so like time. You could use the Venom song for the Venom Time intro. Venom, knock knock, the devil in Venom. Nah. It would definitely be Venom Time. Done, and it would be that. I wish there was more villain side missions in Spidey PS4. I wanted a side mission where you hunt down Lizard in the open world and track him down for a final battle in the sewers. Is Tasman script still a thing? Your Tasman 2 story was too dope. I have the script. Yeah, I still have it. I'm late to the stream, but should I see Venom? Is it worth the money? I enjoyed the movie a lot. It to me felt like an old Marvel film. It felt like a film from the early phases in the Marvel movies. So yes. What is that? I just got an email from my professor. Favorite suit in Spidey PS4? I don't know. It's a cross between the Homecoming suit, the regular suit, and the comic suit, not like the comic book suit, the shell shaded one. What's the name of the show? Is it coming on TV or like no, I'm sorry. It's a play. It's a professional production, like you would go to a location to see it. It's a play. Venom, you're gonna light up Broadway. Yeah, the cell shaded. Yeah, the comic cell. I can't speak. The comic cell shaded one. Thoughts on the new rumored Batman Arkhamverse? No, they bet dog. I swear for God, you bring me my Superman, man. That's all I want to see. I don't, dog. They need to leave let Batman leave him alone. Let him alone. Let him alone. Like shoot, I want Superman. And in that, y'all saw that Harry Potter game. They talking about that. I'm telling you, I got so much to talk about. I'm gonna start my radio show again, my podcast, my radio show. Start that again and talk about it because that Harry Potter game, Harry Potter game is for next generation. Y'all not supposed to know about that. That Harry Potter game is not a current generation game. Yeah, I said it. Let me look. I'm trying to. Yeah, there's nothing else I have to say about the Arkham Universe game. I just don't want it. I don't let Batman. Let him alone. Let him alone. Bring in Superman. That's what I want. Superman. All right, y'all. I'm about to end the stream. Because your boy got to go. But I want to thank y'all for watching. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Share this video around with all your friends. It's very long. Stay tuned to my Spider-Man PS4 review coming out later tomorrow. It's happening. I'm gonna upload it. When I upload it, I'll even put like I'll post the image on Twitter. The name of the video isn't gonna be like Spider-Man review though. It's gonna be like something else. It's gonna be it'll be something else. So yes. Last question: which Spider-Man villain do you want the MCU to reuse? Norman Osborn. You have to. They're going to, but you have to use Norman. You have to. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Thank you all for watching. Venom 2 Million saying, peace out. Peace. Peace, y'all. Peace.